Arsenal have already been told why they should sign superstar compared to both Ronaldos. Welcome to Football Focus. Hope you're all having a great day. Before we kick off, if you love football, hit that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Let's dive in. Arsenal's transfer radar has been flashing for weeks now, but the red and white North London giant might be overlooking a generational talent that experts have already labeled as the next great figure of world football. A player likened to not just one, but both Ronaldos, Cristiano and the original Brazilian phenomenon Ronaldo Nazário, does not come around often, and Arsenal fans may look back in disbelief if Mikel Arteta and Edu let this opportunity pass them by. Step forward Endrick, the Brazilian prodigy whose name is already being sung across Europe and South America alike. Already snapped up by Real Madrid and awaiting his official arrival, the teenage sensation continues to dazzle in ways that have drawn stunning comparisons not only with the two Ronaldos, but also the early careers of Neymar, Kylian Mbappe, and even a young Lionel Messi. So why are Arsenal being told to act even though Real Madrid technically hold the golden ticket? The truth is that football moves in waves, and transfer plans can alter dramatically, especially when players or clubs make unexpected moves or changes. Endrick may be Madrid-bound, but circumstances, including squad space, visa issues, or tactical misalignments, can always present opportunities if Arsenal keep the door slightly ajar. But the bigger point is that Arsenal have already been warned that if they want to return to the pinnacle of European football, it will take a gamble on generational brilliance rather than safe signings. And Endrick is that exact gamble, with sky-high potential and minimum downside, according to former Brazil internationals, South American scouts, and even seasoned European coaches who've tracked his rise from youth football to Palmeiras stardom. Martinelli recently called on Arsenal to be bold in the market, not just chasing established names, but looking for that rare spark that could ignite a new era of dominance. Former Gunners midfielder Gilberto Silva echoed similar sentiments, citing Endrick as the kind of player Arsene Wenger would have already moved for 5 years ago. Endrick's stats at just 17 are not just impressive, they're downright historic. He's already broken records in Brazil's top league and scored in crucial matches with the composure of a seasoned forward. His movement off the ball, intelligence in tight spaces, and freakish athleticism have seen scouts draw direct lines to both Cristiano Ronaldo's explosiveness and the Brazilian Ronaldo's instinctive finishing. The comparisons are not lazy journalism, they're grounded in the technical details of his game. But what could Endrick bring to Arsenal specifically? Imagine a front three of Bukayo Saka on the right, Gabriel Martinelli on the left, and Endrick through the middle, supported by Odegaard and Rice behind. That attack would blend creativity, pace, power, and precision into one deadly concoction capable of blowing away defenses in the Premier League and Champions League alike. Some may argue Arsenal are well stocked in the forward department, with Kai Havertz, Victor Gyökeres, and Eddie Nketiah competing for the striker role. But that logic would have also blocked the signings of legends like Thierry Henry or Robin van Persie in the past. Arsenal didn't build their golden eras on complacency, they built them on courageous ambition. And make no mistake, Endrick is not just another hyped-up teenager. His game is built on relentless pressure, intelligent movement, and a maturity far beyond his years. At 16, he was already playing in Brazil's top league and delivering performances that had veteran defenders gasping for air. If Arsenal want to compete, not just domestically but across Europe, they must aim for the ceiling, not the floor. Players like Endrick don't just change matches, they change entire narratives, clubs, and eras. Real Madrid know this, Barcelona knew it too, but failed to convince him. Arsenal still have an outside shot if they signal serious intent and prepare contingency plans for when elite-level opportunities suddenly appear in the transfer market. It's worth noting that Edu Gaspar, Arsenal's sporting director, has deep ties in Brazilian football. He knows the terrain, he understands the relationships, and he has pulled off miracle signings before. Gabriel Martinelli was one of them, plucked from obscurity, and now one of Europe's most feared wingers. There's no reason the same network can't be activated again, either in the form of a future transfer negotiation or as a proactive Plan B in the event of a Madrid twist. If Real Madrid were to loan Endrick or sell him for squad balance, Arsenal would be foolish not to step in immediately. Even a strategic long-term investment, securing a first refusal agreement, could prove transformative. Just look at what Barcelona did with Vitor Roque, or what PSG did with Xavi Simons. Arsenal must get involved early in conversations like these, rather than reacting too late. From a commercial standpoint, signing a player compared to both Ronaldos brings with it a global appeal unmatched by almost any other move. The marketing impact of Endrick in red and white would transcend continents, catapulting Arsenal into the South American market, where millions of fans still admire the club thanks to the legacy of Gilberto Silva and Edu himself. Fans, too, are already dreaming. Big names attract big ambitions, and Endrick represents a seismic shift in what Arsenal could achieve on and off the pitch. In a world where social media highlights dictate the next big brand signing, Endrick brings both the substance of brilliance and the style of stardom. Former footballers like Saka, Ronaldo, and even Dani Alves have spoken glowingly of Endrick's temperament and technical ability. His left foot, right foot balance, his speed of thought, and ability to create out of chaos. These are rare gifts Arsenal simply cannot afford to ignore. Especially with Pep Guardiola's Manchester City evolving year on year and Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool reloading fast, Arsenal must plan for the next 5 years, not the next 5 months. And that's where Endrick fits in perfectly. Mikel Arteta has built a team that blends youthful exuberance with tactical maturity. There's space in this system for a player like Endrick to explode, surrounded by players who would understand his game and elevate it to unimaginable levels. It's no exaggeration to say that if Endrick had been born in London or Madrid instead of Brazil, he'd already be starting in a top 6 European side. That's how special he is. That's why legends are comparing him to the Ronaldos. That's why Arsenal must position themselves as a legitimate suitor even if the initial pathway seems blocked. Transfer windows are never straightforward, and Arsenal have been handed clear warnings by history. Players of generational talent do not wait. They don't stay available long, and they certainly don't come cheap. But when they hit, they change everything. Endrick is that rare unicorn of a player who combines raw athleticism with tactical discipline, a winner's mentality with creative genius, and humility with stardom. If Arsenal want to avoid a future of mere misses and build a dynasty, they must act with intent and with courage. It's not about whether Real Madrid get him first or whether he becomes a superstar elsewhere. It's about whether Arsenal are doing enough to even be part of these conversations. With their infrastructure, their fan base, their current trajectory, and their Brazilian connection, the Gunners have every tool at their disposal to make a generational move like this possible. Edu and Arteta need only look at the history of what happens when you sign a future Ronaldo. Arsenal could be next in line to witness something extraordinary, but only if they believe, only if they move, only if they dare. The message is loud and clear. The warning has been delivered. Arsenal have already been told why they should sign the superstar compared to both Ronaldos. The only question now is whether they're listening. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our Football Focus YouTube channel for more update news.